nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints.
Check, watch the defense. Pick it up. Watch, twist.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Newton to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Right up, 50, plant. Watch the pass.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Green, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely, and what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 15 yards, 1st down Atlanta. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And the Falcon 1st down. Set. 10-2 start. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
On 1st down, Green. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily...
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a 1st quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ready, break. 57's right. I'm here all day. You got 3 down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down here Saints. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well. All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Throwing on second down, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will score.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Falcons. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game.
I just pressed Y a couple times to pick my ball up.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Because sometimes when you go to catch it, it doesn't catch it. So then it'll drop it to the ground, and if you keep pressing Y, it'll keep trying.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check, 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 check. Great.
Throwing again. Newton. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position. From the 45 on 2nd down, Newton dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Gun.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. On the check down, he finds Kamara. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
When I was there last time.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. He's got it with the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Eli Harrell gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
All day, baby. All day.
20.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
Great.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen.
Great.
Here's Newton. They complete it to Hill. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. They'll run it with Kamara. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal.
Great.
Now Newton. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Eli Harrell able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Man, I got you. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Watch the pass.
Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Well, according to his
it's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling
One
okay.
was
He'll be
probably
out of bounds, but able to get it up
108
past the
yards.
45. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
He tried to chase me down with Cam Newton and tried to get the angle, but I cut back. And he's good.
That's a crock now.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On second and 11 now. Newton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
20. Right there. 54, right there.
Play action. It's Newton. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something.
The one drive right.
There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
I don't even know if he threw that pass on purpose.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
We're going to keep getting set.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
I think he grabbed it out of there. I was wondering what he was chewing on this one.
Got it. Set. Ready. 18 Gator. X3. 218. Chop.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, my God.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time.
I ain't falling for that shit.
Picked off near the 44. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start
and it was just a
at the
simple
21-yard line.
throw out to the flat to his running back.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Fighting his way through contact. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, Newton. That'll be complete to Cook. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Steps away to his left. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Not even going to try to score because I get the ball back.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over first
Do anything stupid.
at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 2nd and 6. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They'll run on first down. It's Green. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's the 2nd and 7. And finding the tight end Hooper. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 36.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
You can run with him, I'll run with the...
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Yeah. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Doing the slowest spin move ever. That I did to Brandon and scored a touchdown.
On first down. It's Green. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll set up the throw, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Alex Anzalone coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Back to throw here. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
100% stopped him.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. Thomas, the intended target.
He tried to do the thing that he threw the touchdown on.
They'll run on first down. It's Green.
And it wasn't
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, Steve Stick.
He brought a cover corner straight up on Julio.
2nd and 5. Jones has it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. On first down, it's Green. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And then he went down to the
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Topper! Big trip!
They'll look to throw here. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
A big seam, and he might go all the way.
Oh,
and he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there out of Kamara. 59 yards.
Watch the booth. Watch the booth.
Check 9, check 9.
They go play action here on first down. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Who we got? Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
Now Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints get a bit closer.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2nd and 3. He's got Hooper on the short connection. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth-quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
The NFC Championship. 36-yard line. Unless I decide
so after
to
the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Divisional, but at this point,
they'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slow them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
When I get to the goal
Emmanuel
line,
Agba there on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
It's getting fun when we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
He may try and run for this. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. Touchdown number 15 of the year and second of the game. And the Falcons push further out in front.
I'd be so upset when Julio leaves.
Julio Jones. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Well, oh no, I can resign.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Prater for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Falcon for the rest of the life.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I am not dumb. No. Lamar Jackson's like a 79 or an 80.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Newton. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. A good pickup there, 26 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center. You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Newton. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jared Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Operating from the gun. Newton.
Down and near. Picked off. Oh.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 50, the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Well, now I'm getting the ball back. So
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
That's Keanu Neal's second, like 100 plus.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's bring it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Straight up just tell me to run the ball.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
5.
56. Mike 56.
Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown.
I'm sorry.
Julio Jones there to make the grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Julio will beat you every time.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4.
He almost did.
Mike, check, 59.
They snap it to Newton. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
No, he went forward on 4th down. Threw it to Mike Thomas, who I would throw it to Julio if it was 4th down. But
they'll run on 1st down. Green. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
And take it.
So for the Falcons, it's another win for them. And you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.
In this one, yeah. I would be.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I don't know, some CPU team.